Hi, we're
Hello.
back. We want to talk about the microbiome today. And we got interested listening to this physician who had gained 50 pounds, was eating fast food essentially and lots of it, and got concerned about his own health, and who's an expert today in studying and unraveling the whole story of the power of the microbiome. So he had a girlfriend who was plant based, and he watched her eat, and he saw her energy level was very, very high, and that no matter what she ate, she didn't gain weight. And so he began exploring, and now he's lost the weight and doing a great job also studying the microbiome.
So she could eat anything and not gain weight within the diet of whole food plant-based that
Yeah,
she was eating. She could eat
exactly.
quantities but
Yeah,
not gain weight.
right.
She didn't eat anything.
Yeah. So Bill's going to talk about the microbiome and give us some important info.
Yeah, so what is the microbiome? It's a term that's being used a lot more today. And I think for good reason, because they're seeing what an important role it plays in the body. We've studied the circulatory system, the immune system, and all these systems. And the gut flora, the microbiome, has just been kind of a lot of poop. And what they're seeing now is just how important a healthy microbiome is to the functioning of our systems and our health. They're seeing that about 70% of our immune system, of our immune response, occurs in the microbiome and from the microbiome. So to be really healthy and have a strong immune system, you need a strong gut. You need a strong microbiome. So one thing that this MD pointed out that I really liked was that we've got more microbes in our gut than we have cells in our body.
Yeah,
And
that's
that is in the
amazing.
trillions. So he kind of made a joke about the fact that if you look at all the DNA in our bodies, we're more bacteria than we are human. But regardless of what DNA is in there, what we're concerned with is how to be healthy, right? And so he also pointed out that there are good bacteria and fungi and all the rest that's in there, and there's the bad stuff. And when we feed the gut well, which means if we feed ourselves well, then the populations of the good bacteria, the good fungus, the good yeasts is burgeoning. You know, it's healthy. There's a lot there, and they keep all the bad stuff in check. We're never going to be sterile. It's not about getting rid of the bad stuff. There's E. coli in your gut. But when there's a high population of healthy bacteria, it keeps it all in check and there's no negative impact from it. So what he points out is that all of these trillions of microbes that are in there and tens of thousands of different varieties and species, they're all picky eaters. And so we want to make sure if we want the healthy guys to be healthy and a big population of them, we need to eat a wide variety of foods that feed the wide variety of microbes that are in there. And what they eat is fiber. So it's interesting that fiber isn't considered a nutrient per se. It's not a vitamin, a mineral, an antioxidant, but it's essential to feed that microbiome, which is what actually produces a lot of antioxidants and vitamins and that.
And where does the greatest source of fiber reside? How do I get it into my microbiome?
Right. Well, that's got to be plants.
Yeah.
No fiber in the animal products. And so, yeah, our old mantra about wide variety of organic, high nutrient dense whole foods takes you right down that path to feeding your microbiome.
Yes. Did you want to share more?
Yeah, well, one thing that he pointed out that was quite interesting as well was how in this COVID pandemic, how much energy and attention is being given to try to control the transmission of the disease. But all of that effort doesn't do anything for somebody who contracts it. And there isn't a lot of attention being put on what we can do to actually build our own strength, resistance, and resilience to something like a COVID virus. And that's feeding a healthy microbiome. So there are people saying, oh, take more vitamin D, vitamin C, these kinds of things. But a few little elements like that supplemented isn't anything near the impact that eating a whole food plant-based diet can do, because that's feeding the population, the gateway to where all of these things come into our system.
So let's cook. Let's cook. Let's enjoy high nutrient dense whole plant foods. And the recipe today is Spanish paella, plant-based, made with wild rice, a wild rice mix, and artichokes. We'll send the recipe down below. You may have noticed I have a bit of a redness here. I've been doing fasting, both of us have, a bit of fasting, a very gentle fast. And when we do that, the body is so amazing, it throws off toxins that have not come to the fore before. So I'm really grateful these cold sores have popped up, and look forward to them moving on through this unique, fascinating process of the human body.
Experience.
Yes.
Good. Thanks. We'll see you next week.